And now, Brandon Thick Boy Schaub.
Yeah, Monday morning, a little bit of a later start. The boys got an easy Monday. Easy like a Monday morning. What's poppin', fam? This Diet Coke's poppin' right now. Shout out to DC's. Shout out to DC's. How's the weekend, fellers?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. That's what I like to hear. Positive note, positivity. Mm-hmm. What'd you golf with the boys?
Played golf on Saturday in the rain. It was awesome. It was so much fun.
It only rained for about 2 hours?
Yeah, but it was windy. It was cold. I couldn't feel my hands.
That doesn't sound fun.
Not ideal if you're trying to grip a golf club, but did okay on the front. And then
played around here?
Back. Yeah, where do we play? Hanson Dam.
Handsome Dan.
No.
Lieutenant Dan.
Hanson.
Hey, that Lieutenant Dan?
Hanson Dam.
Yeah, we're supposed to have a full weekend of baseball. T played on Friday. We won. Controversial call, whatever. I thought he was out at first, and they called him out, and then they reviewed the play, even though there's no cameras to review, but they met for a very long time, and then we won. T had an error at shortstop, kind of ruined the day, but whatever. It is what it is. It's 9. Back off, Dad. And then we got the little bit of rain on Saturday, and then it was gorgeous outside, and then Sunday's gorgeous. And where we play at, they just canceled not only Saturday's game at 9 a.m., and our game wasn't until 5 p.m., and it wasn't heavy rain. But they canceled the game on Saturday. I'm like, all right, the field's maybe a little mushy. I get that. You don't want to fuck up the fields. But then it was sunny all day. I'm like, for sure we're playing Sunday travel ball. This definitely happened. Then they canceled Sunday. Just soft league makes soft players, man. Equals soft parents, dude. That's what you get. Yeah, very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Papa flew in town to watch Tiger ball out for 3 days, and he only got 1 day. And Tiger's supposed to start pitching on Saturday and Sunday. But Tommy John's surgery is up for kids 15 and under. It's up like 90% because these crazy-ass baseball dads. I like to limit Tiger on throws, so I pull his ass out no matter what they say. I don't get down with that. We throw fastballs and change-ups. That's it. You can go to the league with that. You only need 2 pitches, kids. Don't let them have you start throwing splitters and freaking curveballs. That's where the Tommy John comes in. Take it from Uncle Brendan. It's not good. We front-loaded Fire in the Kid because Brian bought a house way too early in Austin, so he has to fly back and forth. So we have the guest, the great Jeff Dye, on. So we don't have Fire in the Kid today, so I got the afternoon basically free. Kids don't get out of school to 3. Papa's in town. We're going to go on a nice hike. It's going to be dry. There's going to be no rain. It's going to be a nice little time. The new giveaway drops this Thursday. When I tell you guys the amount of work that goes in these giveaways, it is a lot, kids. It's a lot. I thought, you just throw on some mods and do a couple of videos and you're cooking. Wrong. It's a lot. It's a lot, but we have a new team this time around. The merch is complete fire. It's drivefastallgas.com. It is a brand spanking new 2024 TRX last call edition. Some tasty mods. Of course, my boys at King Shocks. You got the suspension. You got the Kibby Tech mid-range travel kit on there. My God, what else? We got Real Truck, added the step downs, the bed. We got 20-inch lock off-road wheels on there. We got 38-inch Toyo tires. We got fiberwork, carbon fiber fenders, front and rear, wide body. We got Joker performance ported blower. And then it was tuned by my boy Chris Bailey's, who specializes. He's the Hellcat Whisperer. So this thing's over 800 horsepower. Nothing crazy. Nothing that nobody can handle out there. If it was up to me, I'd go over 1,000, but apparently that's frowned upon. So we're leaving at 800 for y'all. So it is a dope ass ride. What bothers me is I'm currently driving. I park next to my yellow one that I worked very hard on. Took 6 months to get done. Send it to Texas. Race transmission. I mean, completely new engine, fully built. It is forged internals. This thing is spicy. And T goes, I like the black one better. I thought, you're grounded. You're fucking grounded, dude. You don't know what the hell you're looking at. But to each its own. So if you like the black one more than the yellow one, the yellow one's not for sale, and I'm not giving that away. But the black one I am. And it starts this frickin' Thursday, May 1st. It's May, kids. Thursday is May, and it is popping. It is what it is, man. Off to the races. Off to the races. Got a million things going on. Moving to Austin. Moving's a lot. Not going to lie to you. Moving is a lot. Sold the fish tanks.
Oh, nice.
Dude, Japanese gentleman came over. Japanese love their fish, dude. This dude loves koi fish. I don't fuck with koi. I think they're boring. But he loves them. He took both tanks, came over with 8 Mexicanos. 8 Mexicanos from Home Depot in a U-Haul. And just lugged this thing in there. Dude, check this out, Chin. Born and raised in Japan, fluent in Spanish. I said, Espanol? He goes, sí. He goes, you? No. I said, Joe. Joe. She came down. I said, Espanol. And she goes, his Spanish might be better than mine. And so she asked him in Spanish. I have no idea what they were saying, but she asked him in Spanish how he learned Spanish. As a kid, he went to the only Catholic church in his area in Japan, and the priest or pastor, whichever one it is in the Catholic church, only spoke Spanish. So that's how he learned Spanish. Doesn't make sense. I think he's lying. But he took the fish tanks. My house is dead empty now. Dead empty. You see me wearing I have my Drive Fast All Gas stuff in my truck. But other than that, you're going to see the same shoes, jeans, for about the next 2 weeks until I get out to Austin. That's what it is, kids. And the Wi-Fi's being fishy. I have to stream stuff from my phone and mirror it to the TV. Thank God the UFC Fight Night was on regular ESPN this weekend. Thank the baby. Jesus. Donnie, shut your little furry trap, please. Fight Night was good. Fight Night was solid. You boys watch it? Mm-hmm. Fight Night was solid. This weekend's is even better. My boy Bo Nickal is fighting. Y'all must have forgot. Y'all must have forgotten. Is this one in Omaha?
Wells Fargo,
Des Moines, Iowa. Des Moines, Iowa. Cory Sandhagen, Figueiredo, great matchmaking. That's a phenomenal main event. RDR Bo Nickal, such a perfect step up in competition for Bo Nickal. And you guys know how high I am on Bo Nickal. I think he's our last hope as an American, become world champion. If he doesn't use his wrestling, I'm going to bust. I'm going to freak the fuck out. If he's terrified of RDR's jiu-jitsu and we get 15 minutes of their bullshit striking, because RDR ain't going to blow you away either on the feet. You're going to get a shitty amateur kickboxing match if these fucks don't decide to do some grappling. I told you what I want from Bo Nickal. His team's like, shut your mouth, Schaub. I hear you. Hear me out here. He's such an elite wrestler. He needs to take a page out of Makhachev, out of freaking Hamzat, out of freaking, you name these elite wrestlers. Marab, to go old school with it. Khabib, dude, fucking Brock Lesnar, go old school with it, dude. Be so dominant in wrestling, you don't give a fuck about their black belt. Wrestling usually beats jiu-jitsu 9 times out of 10 if you just have some defense. If we get a shitty striking match, I'm going to lose my shit and probably say nothing. But still, Bo Nickal's you guys don't realize how gifted of a wrestler he is, and his transitions are fire. You saw him submit those cans early on. You saw him submit those. I don't need him to go against world-class competition grappling to see it. But his transition is so high level from jiu-jitsu to wrestling. Dude, that's what makes him special, not his striking. And I'll give him a pass on the last one. He's like, I just wanted to see if I could, with Gerald Meerschaert, right? He was like, I just want to see, I just need some time in there. I want to keep it on the feet. I'm like, all right, I'll give you that. All right, you're learning. Paul Craig. Sorry, I said Gerald Meerschaert. Paul Craig. Who, again, good on the ground. I swear to God. Name the movie. I swear to God.
I don't know. You sound like a cowardly lion.
Sausage party.
Oh, okay.
Where the Indian doing the smoking the weed. He just says if he tells on me, he goes, I swear to God. I do sound like the lion from Wizard of Oz. Whatever. Yeah, but Bo Nickal should absolutely mollywop RDR. I know, two weight division champ from one championship. It's a great step up, and RDR is not scared of Bo Nickal, and he does have ways to win. But if Bo Nickal doesn't enforce his will on him with his wrestling, dude, that's the next step. What you felt out the striking, you know what it's like to be in the octagon jitters. I get all that, dude. You want to get the Paul Craig high level jiu-jitsu guy? I get all that. Fuck RDR. You better mop the floor with him with your wrestling. That's what I need out of him. And he can do it. That's what's so frustrating. He can do it. Ponzinibbio, Daniel Rodriguez, take my money. That's must-see TV. That sure as hell ain't going to the judges. Jeremy Stevens. He's from there. That's why they did that. But he's been crushing in bare knuckle. So then they signed him for this. He's going to be a fan favorite. Misha Tate doing the damn thing. Reinier Rodriguez, never mad at that. It's a good fight night. That main card is so tasty. Super tasty.
Look at that name, too. Smother
Man. Cameron Smotherman. How's he getting his wins? Damn, he can't get his own Wikipedia?
I know.
Smotherman?
That's topology.
Cameron the Smotherman. Do we like that?
12-4.
He's 12-4. Is he winning by smothering guys? Decision. Anaconda choke. Decision. Damn, he had a split decision. They still got him in the UFC. But then he won Fury FC. He's been doing the damn thing. Jumping knee, KO, left hook, decision, KO, punch. All right. Damn, he started off his pro career 0-2. Stick with it, kids. Look at him now, doing the damn thing. Cameron the Smother Man. Yeah, Jeremy Stevens is going to blow the roof off that place. That's a fun card, man. God, I hope my boy Cory Sandhagen wins. He's been dropping some pretty good content lately, if you've been watching it.
Yeah, it's very different. You know, I didn't expect him to do that kind of stuff.
And he's just mixing up. He's a funny, silly dude. He's just his IQ is really high. He's smart. Funny. It's like when Elon Musk tries being cool. He's like, I like fighting. You know, you're like, all right, well, this is awkward. The fight night this past weekend, though, we get right into it. I mean, good on Anthony Smith. What a career. It was dope when they were showing. Dude, I don't know. I mean, I know he's a member of the commentating team, so they went over the top for him. And hopefully this sets the standard of the way guys end their career. I can't remember the last time they gave a guy a send-off like that. Like the pre, the post, it was fire.
Especially for what level he's at. It was pretty
He's been there. That's what I'm saying. He's been there a long time. I think they gave him a little, icing on the cake there for his retirement fight because he is part of the broadcast booth, and they all know him. And he deserves it. I mean, he's had over 60 fights, some shit like that. Not all in the UFC, but he's been a pioneer. Great career. And for all you haters out there with, Anthony Smith was, a top 5 guy. Listen, he fought 14 years professional fighting. He fought the John Jones. He could have won off a technicality, decided not to go out like that. He's beat some fucking good guys. Keep going down until I can find a guy beat this kitchen. Alexander Gustafsson. That's after he had a unanimous decision loss to John Jones. Then he beat Alexander Gustafsson. That's a huge one. Ozdemir, huge. Shogun, Rashad, Hector Lombard, Andrew Schultz. I mean, if you keep going down, he has some old names there too. He's been fighting forever, man. He fought Josh Nair, Hodger Gracie, and Strikeforce, dude. Lamumba Sayers, that guy's from Ian Berg. I trained with both those guys in Colorado.
Oh. Yeah, the list goes on.
God, the list just keeps going, doesn't it? His first fight was in 2008, son. That's a successful career, y'all. However you want to paint it, that's as successful as it gets. He was never champion, though. Shut up. You live with your mom. Phenomenal career. And I love when they're showing the highlights. You went, wow, I did that.
Yeah,
shit.
that was cool. I love that moment.
Correct, sir. Correct. You did it, man. And you did it your way. Shout out to Anthony Smith, one of my favorite, nicest guy in the sport. Let's take a little break, kids, because boxing's biggest weekend is finally here, and boxing needs it. DraftKings Sportsbook is bringing the heat. It all kicks off Friday in New York City, Times Square. Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Lopez light up New York City in New York. Then on Saturday, oh, you know it's around Cinco de Mayo because the king returns, the king of Mexicano. Canelo Alvarez, the redhead with freckles, is back on DAZN pay-per-view. And Sunday, a can't-miss moment. Anyway, makes his electrifying U.S. debut in Las Vegas. Probably the pound for pound number one guy in the world. Fun to watch. It is a great weekend. This fight weekend is for the history books, and DraftKings Sportsbook is your front row seat into all the action. New to DraftKings, you're going to love this. New customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's right, $5 get you $200 to play with. Cash in on boxing's biggest weekend ever with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the code SCHAUB. That's code SCHAUB, SCHAUB show, to unlock $200 in bonus bets when you place just a $5 bet. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
The UFC didn't do him any favors, though. Like, we're going to give you a cool send-off, but we're going to give you this Chinese robot who's never been out of the first round. And he started off kind of hot, and then where Anthony's at, should be his last one. His last one should have been a few ago. I know he beat that young lion. He caught him in a submission, but he was losing before that. But he probably should have retired a little bit before this, but he went off on a good note. He just fought this fucking Chinese assassin who was artificially created in a lab. He's just a fucking monster. Like, your last fight, say less. And then they give him that. You're like, fuck, dude. They never give guys good send-offs. You look at BJ and Tony Ferguson. You're like, Jesus Christ, man. Take it easy. But that's the UFC. That's the UFC. The one that they're doing right, not an easy fight by any stretch of the imagination. Then we'll get back to this card. But they announced Dustin Poirier and Max Holloway. That's how you do it. And also, because Dustin can compete with anyone in the top 5, but he's calling his last shot. And they're doing it in his home state, not his home city, but close enough. It's the biggest market in the area, in New Orleans. He's from Lafayette. And Max Holloway, this is the ultimate, this is exactly how you do it, UFC. Kudos to you. Max Holloway's first fight in the UFC was Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier's last fight in the UFC is Max Holloway. This is their third fight. The first one doesn't count. If you saw that, it should be child abuse. They're so young. And that was early on for Dustin, too. I think it was like 4th or 5th fight in the UFC. He had a young Max Holloway they both had shaved heads. So, they're like, oh, Dustin's 2-0 against him. Doesn't make sense. Dude, those fights, none of that matters. Remember, Max stepped up, fought on that card. That was the same card. Izzy and it was, hold on, don't bring it up. It was Izzy and Kelvin Gastelum that stole the show. So you forget about Dustin and Max. If you remember, Dustin was getting off, but for every 3 that he landed, Dustin would land 1, and the damage done was wild. And Max wasn't a real 155er, so the power difference was significant. But Max now, we saw, like, against Justin Gaethje, who right up there with Dustin as far as power. His boxing's not as crisp and as technical as Dustin Poirier's. Poirier's a fantastic boxer. But Gaethje can crack. And Dustin was whooping his ass. We all remember pointing down. He knocked him out. Sure, that's all fun and games. He beat the shit out of him before that point of the fight. So it's a great fight, man. I love this fight. I love that Dustin's going out on his own choice, and they're setting him off the right way in his home state. This is fantastic all the way around. And it's for a title, the BMF title, you know. The Rock made that up, but whatever. I'll take it. I'll take it. Go back to the fight night, Jen. Mm-hmm. Ian Garry, y'all just like my boy Paddy Pimblett. It's not too late to get on that Ian Machado Garry train. He is that dude. Keeps taking short notice fights. Keeps passing the test. Even though he lost to our guy, I thought it was really a win for him in the long run of things. Schaub. You know, his entry to takedowns wasn't great against Prates, and as he goes up in ranks, that could be an issue. That was the only thing I saw. His cardio wasn't great, but again, 2-week notice, 3-week notice, I'll give him that. But that fifth round got a little dicey. For Carlos Prates, they thought, you know, if it went past 3, he'd be fucked, and it actually turned out Ian was the one that really kind of needed the break. 48-47, what fucking world, Jesus Christ. I'll get 49-46. I give Carlos that last round. That's it. That's it. Nothing else. Randy Brand had a vicious knockout they showed on SportsCenter. SportsCenter lady's like, it's just too bloody for me. I just can't watch it. I'm like, bitch, this isn't 2004. You better get on the train, man. Yeah, it's a good fight night. I'll take it. I'll fucking take it. On a Saturday night when there's no baseball, I'll take it. I will take it. Even my dad, stepmom, and my wifey all fell asleep. Not your boy. Not when Ian Machado Gary's fighting. I'm a huge fan. He's the real deal, man. He's the real deal. That fifth round, I was like, all right, well, we got some work to do. Got a little dicey there. His takedowns were so bad.
What did he do? He was gassed out? Yep. Is that the main reason? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He used so much movement. That's what you got to do against Carlos Prates. So much movement, so Carlos couldn't get off, and his kick just took away Carlos' number one tool, that left hand. So every time he would just kept kicking. So he was hesitant to throw it, so he couldn't land it, and then he would move. It's a great game plan. But that fifth round, you're like, shit.
Yeah. It got close.
He looks bad, and the takedowns were from so far out, not really setting him up. Early on, the takedowns were good with his timing, but the technique's not great. That's always alarming to me. Like the Bryce Mitchell, he lost the fight. The thing that concerns me was his bare to entry on his takedowns. Nothing was set up, shooting from far out, necks exposed. It's like, at this level, dude, you get eaten alive, man, by some of these boys. It'll catch up to him. But I also think at a certain level, Ian Machado Gary's not going to have to wrestle. He's doing it now because Carlos Prates, right, not very good on the ground. Michael Venom Page, not very good on the ground. But as he goes higher through the ranks, he's not going to have to as much, and that affects his cardio. He attempted so many takedowns in this fight. A lot of them were nullified, but still, that'll wear you out. So I think as he gets higher, his striking's so good, he won't have to. He can mix it in, like Leon Edwards did against Kamaru, but really, it's not his forte. But he looked good. Still passed the test on short notice. On to the next. Still passing the test. That's a great win. Because Carlos Prates can go on and do great things. They were a little too friendly for my liking.
Oh, yeah.
Kill him. They're like high-five and one throw a kick. Like, oh, like, whoa, kill him. I didn't see that, killer instinct from either of them, especially Carlos Prates. Usually he's all business.
Yeah, he's scary as hell.
Not this time. Hugging and shit between rounds and high-fiving to kicks and shit. You're like, bud, you're down 4 rounds. What are you high-fiving them for? That shit never goes well. When they're too buddy-buddy, the killer instinct's just not there. I didn't like that. We got work to do. Be friends after. What else you got, Jen?
Since we're talking about Ian Garry, at the post-fight press conference, he kind of laid out a plan after this fight. So I'll just play it for you.
Now I like plans, right? You guys know I have visions in my mind. Well, let me tell you what's next. I'm going to fight the winner. I believe it's Bilal. And that's nothing against Jack. I just believe stylistically Bilal has what it takes to get this fight done, and quite convincing. So I'm going to fight Bilal next. I'm going to beat Bilal. Bilal has said it many, many times. I am the toughest opponent in the division for him. Then when Bilal doesn't have the belt, there's a certain pound-for-pound number one who wants to come up, and his name is Islam Makhachev. And I have nothing but love and respect for that man and his style, and it'd be an honor to share the octagon with him. I would love to go out there and prove against him in my first title defense that I'm the pound-for-pound number one. I beat him, I take that status, I win my first title defense, and then Shavkat gets the rematch. And I'm going to go out there and I am going to dismantle that man and prove that he never won that fight. And that's my next fight, 3-fight plan. That's how I see it going, and I don't want that any other way.
What do you think?
Mick Maynard's like, well, we have other plans, but I like it, and it's not too far-fetched. Because I think he is the backup for Bilal and Jack. So I could see that. Yeah, it's not far-fetched. Not everyone's like, oh, this. The biggest far-fetched thing in all of this, will he fight Bilal? Probably. Will he beat him? I'd favor him to beat him. That's how high I'm on Ian. The Makhachev one stuff. He would have a significant advantage in striking, especially with the kickboxing, but the wrestling's gonna be an issue, and the cardio's gonna be an issue. Makhachev is a tough outing for anybody. It's gonna be tough seeing that guy lose, unless he catches him with something. But Ian doesn't really take those chances to catch him, you know. So the below 2 out of 3, I'm with him. 2 out of 3. I think he beats Shavkat if they fight again. I think he can probably beat Bilal Muhammad. Makhachev's that's a tough one. I'll be rooting for his ass. I fucking hope he beats him. I'm sick of those guys. Let's be real here. What else you got?
And also, dude, Ian's like someone even wrote here, love the confidence. His confidence is insane. Like you truly believe.
This is why you got this. I mean, he gets a lot of hate when it's just the way the world works, but you have to be that confident to be at his level. You just have to. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. Oh, he's cocky. Anyone? Bilal believes it. Makhachev believes it. All these guys, Shavkat, all of them. Any guy you like, Tom Aspinall, John Jones, name a guy you like. They're all this arrogant and cocky. It's just what you have to do to be a professional athlete. They might not say it, so you're like, no. Bilal's so respectful. Trust me, behind closed doors, they all talk like this. To somebody, they're just not doing it publicly. Ian Machado Gary just, wears his heart on his sleeve and lets it rip. That's why I like him.
And I totally believe
Patty believes it. Remember when Conor was doing this shit? Like you got to have some. It's almost like unrealistic self-confidence. But then when that gets rumbled, then you got to pick up the pieces. That's where it gets weird. That's what happened to your boy. It gets weird. You're like, oh fuck, I'm not the greatest thing of all time. Like, no, sir. No. These guys are very good.
Yeah.
And Ian didn't get humbled by Shavkat because it was like kind of controversial, and he wasn't outclassed, so that wouldn't do it. You got to get fucking knocked out or submitted, like your ass whooped, and go, oh, I got some work to do. Until that happens, there's just nothing you can tell them. There's nothing you can do. They just have to get humbled in there. Like Shedeur Sanders got humbled this weekend. They had him as the number 1 pick as a quarterback. Number 1. He's supposed to go. No doubt, every expert had him in the first round. He went in the 5th round. Is he a 5th round talent? Absolutely not. He's a 1st round talent. But that's the NFL going, oh, it's the NFL, dude. So apparently what I heard is in some of the team interviews, he was like, don't even draft me. I'm not going to play for you guys. I'm too good for you guys. I don't want to be in here. So the way it works, that good old boys club, those billionaire owners all talk. They're all boys. They fucking go on vacations together and who knows, some Epstein Island shit. But they're always together and they all talk. So the Colts, the Giants go, dude, this Shedeur Sanders, man, his dad was in there. It's a fucking nightmare. They go, say less. Let's humble this fucking kid. And then he doesn't get picked to the 5th round. So hopefully that humbles him. It's the fucking pros, dude. They don't need anybody. Get your shit together. You're not special. The whole crop of quarterbacks coming up next year that are just as good. You got to work your ass off, man. That's why the majority of the NFL is made up from guys from the 3rd to 6th round. 70% of the players you watch are from the 3rd to 6th round because they're humbled, they work their ass off, and they feel like they have, they're honored and privileged to be there. It's the 1st and 2nd round guys that have these big egos. They never work out. They're hard to deal with on the team, in the locker room. 3rd to 6th round is where your team's foundation is found. It's like 70% of the players you watch on Sunday are 3rd to 6th round picks. So people that don't watch those later rounds, you only watch the 1st round, boy, you're missing out. Because your team's made up of that 3rd to 6th round. All of them. Shador Sanders, that was tough to watch. Dude, he had a draft room at his house that said legendary and had all these money signs. It was so embarrassing. I was like, fuck. And then he got prank called. He got prank called by the defense coordinator for Atlanta. His son, who's young, found the phone number in the Atlanta Falcons office. He found Shador's cell phone number and they prank called him. He got drafted. It's so fucked up. He had to come out and issue an apology.
Was it on air when they were doing the draft thing, or?
He was with his family. Oh. He's like, "Hey, Shador, it's Atlanta Falcons here." It's so fucked up. But people hate Shador so much because of his dad, and he's a bit arrogant, like the CSU after they won the game. The shit he was talking. He's just not going about things the right way. He'll learn. He's young. He'll learn. So your dad's Deion Sanders. What do you guys expect? There's going to be a self-entitlement issue there. But that will get worked out in the NFL. Because they go to the Browns. Nobody succeeds on the Browns. And he's going to start losing a shit ton of games and realize he's not God's gift to football. And those other 3 quarterbacks he's in the room with are just as talented. He's not special. Because in college, you can, be an outlier and stick out. In the NFL, it's very tough. You have to be so fucking good. He's good. He has a lot of work to do. That's why he got drafted in the fucking 5th round. What else you got, Jen? Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah.
Let's take another little break here. Ever wonder why your body starts feeling different as you get older? I sure do. That's why your boy got in shape. It's not just about getting older. It's happening at a cellular level. Every day your cells are exposed to stress from pollution, poor sleep, UV rays, a bad diet, all the plastic in your testicles, emotional stress. These stressors cause DNA damage and disrupt all sorts of things going on in your body. Basically, the software that tells your cells how to function, that's what's messing up. Over time, it leads to reduced energy, slow recovery, brain fog, joint pain, breakdown of your body. You don't want this, man. That's why my friends at Strong Cell is designed to target that root cause of aging at a cellular level. They have patent pending formulas giving your body exactly what you're missing. NADH, the fuel for your mitochondria to make energy. CoQ10, the spark that powers your energy productions. All right, you're not just treating the symptoms, you're restoring your cellular foundation, recharging your body from the inside out. More energy, fast recovery, sharper mind, stronger body. It's not magic, it's cellular science. And my friends at Strong Cell got you covered, and it's time to make it work for you. Reclaim your energy out there, dads. Rediscover your strength. Try Strong Cell today by going to strongcell.com. Use the code SHAUB for 20% off. That's strongcell.com. Use the code SHAUB for 20% off and reclaim your energy today. Let's get back to the program.
So last week we talked about Dricus Du Plessis. There's rumors swirling around, even from reputable sources like Kevin Holloway, that he had an injury. So he made a statement after that saying he doesn't. And I think the only thing that is happening here is it's not going to be on International Fight Week. His fight with Khamzat Chimaev, it'll be I guess a little bit after, possibly. But this is what he says right here.
He said,
do this.
Maybe they spell okay like
that's what I was like when I saw the first time.
Maybe an Australian thing, Okay, so everyone had their opinions and rumors and stories about shin breaking injuries, etc. I found all very entertaining. Unfortunately, none of it is true. He should say fortunately. All right.
Yeah.
He should say fortunately,
yes.
None of it is true. Myself and the UFC already discussed a fight date and opponent. The June fight was never signed. I did not pull out of any fight. I am the champion. I know when I fight you as a contender. Just show up when I tell you to. Fight announcing coming soon. Stay tuned. # prepare to be amazed. # Hashtag still knocks. I don't like those hashtags.
Maybe it's like Australian.
But yeah, I haven't beaten Hong
Oh, not Australia. What the hell? South African.
Yeah. Are hashtags still a thing?
It is still a thing.
Brian uses a lot of hashtags.
Do you guys do that though? I know.
I do
throw a
sometimes, hashtag on there, but nothing like that's trending. Or if it's a UFC post, I'll do like UFC 314, so it's in so people can find it. Or like Diesel Dad's thing, like that's a very particular group, you know. But Brian would be like hashtag human, hashtag MMA, hashtag UFC, hashtag Pepsi, hashtag, you know. Like, all right, dude. Hashtag Earth, you know. Jesus Christ, dude. Hashtag prepare to be amazed. Hashtag still knocks.
Yeah, those are weird hashtags.
Yeah, at least he's not hurt though.
Yeah. And Dana White also at the post-fight press conference kind of just addressed some of the topics that we're thinking of, like, you know, Dricus versus Chimaev, Makhachev and Topuria, and Jones and Aspinall. So I'll play this real quick.
Waiting for a main event for International Fight Week. And I'm sure
you're going to get one of those.
Ready to break that.
Not
for us
both
now.
of them.
Who is main eventing that?
Well, I just announced some fights yesterday, and that wasn't one of them.
Yeah, there's a couple you didn't announce that people were kind of hyped for. There's some rumors. There was rumors that it was going to be Hamzat DDP.
They're waiting for the fucking Netflix deal, y'all. They're trying to get that done because Netflix doesn't want the whole caboose. They're just like, nah, we only want certain things. That's the holdup. So they're trying to figure all that out. And once that deal gets signed, you can get all these matchups announced.
True. There's now rumors it's going to be Ilia Topuria versus Islam. Is that a
Well, we all know that fight's happening. The Du Plessis versus Hamzat fight. It's happening. It's just not happening in International Fight Week. That fight's done. Okay. Just not happening now.
And Ilia Islam?
What's that?
Ilia versus Islam?
That one's tough.
We'll see.
That one's tough.
We'll see how it plays out.
They're waiting to see what happens next week.
Is obviously John versus Tom Aspinall. This week was a funny one. Someone reported that the fight's done. It's got a date. Then the next day, someone reported the fight's off. And then John's not taking it. Where do we stand with that fight?
Everything you hear is bullshit until we say it.
So that fight is still the target for both men?
I've said it many times that's the fight that we want to make this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the year, you said you were super confident. It's definitely going to happen. Are you still super confident?
Still super confident.
Cool. In your career...
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like how he took a sip of water and was like, "This fight we want to have happen." You know, Then now Du Plessis, Hamzat, Makhachev, Topuria, I think for sure happened. It's the Johns Aspinall is the one on there. And then Makhachev, Topuria, you all know, the hardcores, you guys know what's going on here. I don't have to explain this to you. But they're waiting to see what happens with Bilal and JDM. That's the only holdup. That's why you're not getting the announcement. Yeah. As soon as that's figured out, you'll get an announcement. Probably either the next day or at least the following week, you can get an announcement of Makhachev. Guarantee it. Jones Aspinall, your guess is good as mine. But Du Plessis, Hamzat's done. Makhachev's waiting. Jones versus Aspinall up in the air. I don't like the way he took a sip of water when he answered it. I'm like, I'm not buying it. Yeah, that's fight we want to make this year. It's like, that's not. You don't sound confident, dude. That's all right. I get it. It's not Dana's fault. It's not Aspinall's fault either. It's a Jones issue. He just wants that money, baby.
Are you picking that up from like all the serial killer stuff that when they do, you know, interrogations and stuff, like they just kind of a little.
Yeah. But they didn't like his body language. Mm-hmm. It's all good. Nothing you can do, you know.
Alrighty. Yeah, we already discussed this.
Max Holloway.
Yeah, Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier, July 19th for the BMF.
Fantastic. I love it.
And also, this one came out of nowhere too. So Kamaru Usman versus Joaquin Buckley. And they're going to headline UFC Atlanta.
It's a tough fight.
That'll be in June.
Great fight for Buckley. Ooh, Rose Maverick. Tough fight for Rose. Tough fight for Kamaru. Tough fight for Rose.
What do you? I'm really interested in hearing what you think about Joaquin and Kamaru. Like if Kamaru, if he loses, then that's 4 in a row. Mm-hmm. So
it's over. Well, the train's already left the station as far as his career. It's a great fight for Buckley. Great. That's such a tough fight for Usman. Yeah. Buckley's takedown defense is nasty. super explosive, super athletic, younger. It's a tough fucking fight. Yeah, and 4 in a row, it's like, but again, you hang around. The UFC's going to keep using your name, former champ. We're building up Buckley. It's a tough fucking fight, man. Great step in competition for Buckley.
Mm-hmm.
I still wanted Buckley in Machado Garry, but me kind of passed him up. But Buckley wins that one. Now he's in that queue.
Yeah. Ian says like he doesn't deserve the fight, and he even called him like a pussy.
Yeah.
He called Buckley a pussy.
That's what they do.
So this one, I think we talked about it before, but so Jamal Hill versus Khalil Roundtree is official for June 21st, UFC Fight Night. And this is going to be in Azerbaijan. It's the first time they're ever going to be
Why
there.
would they send those guys out there?
Money? I don't know.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah. Saudi money. Why the fuck?
I mean, I don't know where the hell Azerbaijan is.
Hey, it's over there. You know,
It's over.
It's
It's
over
far.
there. Yeah. I know if I'm Khalil and Hill, I'm like, what the fuck? We're both from here, man. Why are we going to get on a 20-hour plane ride and cut weight? Shut up. That's what they say. Get on the plane.
Let's just take a look-see.
Let's blow Georgia.
Former Soviet Republic is bounded by the Caspian Sea and Caucasus Mountains.
How long of a flight is it?
Oh my God.
Fuck you.
24
Fuck you.
and 42 hours. That's like,
There's no direct flights.
but that's insane.
Says direct flights are not common, but when available, even direct, it's 12 hours. 12 hours, okay.
That's not bad at all.
But with stops, it can take, ready for this, kids, 24 to 42 hours.
That's like suffering.
It's fucking rude.
Yeah, man.
If I'm Khalil, I'm like, I rolled my ankle. I'll be fine, but I gotta find the next fight. I'd rather be on a fucking Apex than fight over there.
What if they were like, you could fly in the private jet, but you got to fly with each other?
No, I'd do that. I don't give a fuck. Hell yeah. That'd be dope. Dana's like, you can use my private jet. I know it's a Beastal flight for you guys. God, if you're the first fight on the prelim, you know what kind of flight you're getting from Vegas?
You're taking a bus.
You'll be there in about 70 hours, sir. You want to fight? You said you want to fight in the UFC. It's like, this is worse than I was fighting on the fucking up-and-coming shows, promotions. This is terrible. That's too far. It was too far for anything. That's too far. There's nothing you could... They could have the most amazing food, whatever else. I would not go. I would not go. I would never go there.
I know. Do you like traveling or no?
I despise it.
You
I
hate
traveling.
Like, so you don't want to see Japan?
Nothing.
That's so
I have
trippy.
no desire. My brother's
Is
in
it because
Japan.
of the flight time or?
All of it. All of it.
Wow.
I hate the hassle of going to the airport. I hate getting out of my routine. I hate being in a foreign area. I don't like any of it. I like America. You ever been to Alaska? It's fantastic.
Yeah.
You're still on American territory. You like oceans? Go to fucking Hawaii. You ever been to San Diego?
Pretty nice.
What else do you need?
But when we were in Europe and Australia and Ireland, that was badass.
Not better than anywhere I've ever been here. You ever been to Montana? It's fantastic.
And it's
you
here, yeah.
People, you don't need to go all this fucking fly through customs and deal with all that bullshit and get diarrhea eating weird food and shit and get your passport stamped and fucking the time change. You land in Australia, you're in the future, 2 days forward. Fuck you. Stay in America, man. I've never had better food, nicer people, pretty scenery than America. There's nothing that beats it. That's why everyone's trying to fucking break in here. I don't want to go anywhere else.
You're very true in a lot of
Nowhere else. What do you need? What kind of food are you looking for? We got it.
dude. best Korean barbecue is not in Korea. It's here.
It's here, Chin.
Yep.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
I don't need to go anywhere else. Lock the gates. Don't let them in. We don't need to go anywhere else. Nowhere else. You want a nice cruise by the beach? Go down PCH. Just ignore the right side of it because it's all burned down. But still, it's a great cruise. You see the ocean.
Yeah.
You want water? Lake Travis, Lake Austin. You're good, baby. Best steak. Safe. I don't need to go anywhere international. I don't need any of it. You can look at pictures on Google. I'm good. I'm good. Let's take a little break because this episode of the Schaub Show is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial genius, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it. So your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations. Progressive.
Is Jay still there in Japan?
Yeah, Jay's still there. Gets back Wednesday.
Nice.
He rants and raves about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, buddy, I don't give a fuck. I did see this. This is hilarious.
You did see? Okay, yeah. So this is Henry Cejudo and Kamaru Usman and Israel.
We're all
Adesanya.
0-3.
It's so funny. I'll just play it for you.
Over there, triple champ. Come on.
We're all kind of in a similar position right now. Yeah. We've been there. We've done that. We bought the damn t-shirt.
That's facts. Dude, I'm grateful for the 0-3. Dude.
Yes, sir. I am.
Nice. It's lessons, man.
He's like, we're all kind of been there, been on top of the mountain, and then he's like, yeah, we're all 0-3. It's so good.
Yeah, I love that they can have fun with that. They're all
dude,
badasses.
They're all fucking one percenters, man.
Yeah.
It's only funny if you're one percenters.
And this is Henry Cejudo admitting to Israel Adesanya. Back in the day, he was kind of a hater, but it's cool that he says this and the way Israel responds.
I fucking hated on you like you wouldn't believe.
I know.
But because
I know.
your biggest fans, dude. And you've been able to do not being a fucking wrestler, to me that's impressive.
I can wrestle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got it.
of course. What I'm saying, like coming from the wrestling,
wrestling
background, bro.
Yeah.
85% of all champions have all come from
Yeah, you can't wrestle like Henry.
To do, and fuck, congratulations, dude. And I don't know if it's too late to say I'm sorry.
No, brother. For me, I only got salty because I was like, man, we were cool in Australia. Why do you start hating on me? And then I was a little bit maybe salty. But for me, I respect you because of your game, your mind. I see the way you fight. I see the way you operate. And man, one of the best ever. So thank you for saying that.
All three of them.
Apologies.
Three of the best ever.
Under the bridge. I don't hold on to grudges.
What a cool podcast.
Unless it pays to be petty. But this doesn't.
Say thanks, man. I fucking hated on you like you wouldn't.
That's
It's
great.
just cool. And plus, like, I love that statement he says that your haters are your biggest fans.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, as he goes, I know. You could tell he's, I know. Oh, I'm aware. I know.
All right, so this is just rumors, but it looks like
Fuck you. Here we go again.
Alexander Volkanovski.
Why would Volkanovski have to defend his title in Russia? Figure it out, UFC.
They're there, and it's against Movsar Evloev.
Who is he?
I
It's
know.
Volkanovski. I didn't mean to rhyme there. But dude, this fight should take place in Australia or in America. Why the fuck would the defending world champion, the former number one pound for pound guy, have to risk his belt in Russia? Fuck off, dude. You don't think out of anybody? I get it with these new guys, or if they're guys, ranked 10 through 5, send them to these new locations to build the fan base. But Volkanovski hasn't earned the right to defend his belt? What's better for the champ? That's how this should operate. Like when Strickland was coming up, it's like you're having him fucking fight in Australia all the goddamn time? Makes no fucking sense. No sense. I don't get this. I do not get this.
What if they pay him like way more money since it'll be their like first time in Russia?
No, because it's short-sighted. Because it's Russia, so the judge is going to be corrupt as fuck. The sleeping arrangements, all that bullshit. Volkanovski has to worry about his food, his diet, cutting weight, all this shit. And let's say they're like, we're going to give you an extra $5 million. Cool. It's so short-sighted because if Volkanovski loses that one, in the end, he's going to end up making less money. He's not going to defend his belt. He's not going to get pay-per-view money, pay-per-view points. No. I'd rather take less money, fight at the fucking Apex or wherever you want to fight in Australia because Volkanovski can beat him. It just doesn't make sense. You're not setting Volkanovski up for success. And he's earned it. Movsar hasn't. Fuck. Russia. Playoffs. What else you got?
This is a little outside of MMA, but let's see. Hold on. So Dana White apparently got some ballerina that was arrested and put in jail for like a year because she donated to some cause for Ukraine, and then whatever Russia found out about it, and then they locked her up. So he was able to get her out because of Donald Trump.
Well, and the reason they got her out is her boyfriend or husband is a famous boxer.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
I used to train with him at Boxenberg. Yeah.
Holy shit. And it was like a swap for another, prisoner here.
Yeah, we got the ballerina, and they got like some terrible terrorist. Yeah.
But I'll just play this
Doesn't
real quick.
seem fair, but, thank God she got out.
The person released.
It's like when we trade Brittany Griner.
Could you speak on
for that arms
there?
dealer?
What your role in that?
So when we had the fight in Australia in Sydney, I got a call from a friend of mine and asked if he could come by.
It's Peter Berg.
My hotel room and talk to me, and I said of course. And he came by and told me the story.
It's Peter Berg.
And then asked if I would go to the president because I guess they had been working for like a year with the old administration trying to get it released and couldn't get it done. So they asked if I would.
Because Peter Berg's super close with the boxer, super close. I think he used to manage him, and it's his girlfriend or wife that was in prison over in Russia. They've been working on it for a while. Also, don't send money to Ukraine when you're in Russia, right?
Yeah, it's all
worst trade in WNBA history. Brittany Griner for that terrorist.
That was
awful trade. That's it. 1 for 1.
And was it actual weed or was it just a vape something?
It was a weed vape pen.
So there was actual weed in there, cannabis in there. Okay. Mm-hmm. You can't do that there.
Last little break here, kids, and we'll jump right back in the program because you're going to be around the baseball dads this weekend. Your kid's striking out. You're having a few beers. He throws a no-hitter. You're celebrating, having more beers, but you need your sidekick. You don't want to be the hungover dad the next morning in the tournament. You don't want to be the hungover friend. You don't want any of that. That's why I need Sure Shot, the world's first alcohol detoxifier that reduces blood alcohol content in as little as 30 minutes. And you wake up, sharper mind and body, liver support, well-being boost, gut support, hydration, super important. Just go to SureShot.com, use promo code Brendan, get 10% off, or go to your local Bevmo, pick up a 4-pack for you and the homies, you and the baseball dads, dude. It's so easy. Amazon, TikTok shop, it's all over. It's Sure Shot. You know what it is. SureShot.com, promo code Brendan, 10% off. Let's get back to the program.
So over the weekend was that Eddie Hall and Mariusz Pudzianowski fight, and apparently Eddie Hall destroyed.
Yeah, I saw the
Mariusz.
highlights. Yeah,
I didn't realize that. I thought freaking Eddie Hall was shorter, but apparently he's 6'2", and Mariusz is or 6'1", and Mariusz is shorter than him. I thought Mariusz was like gigantic.
Oh, interesting. I thought Eddie Hall was shorter too.
Right. So when you see this like picture here, it's like what?
God, Pudzianowski's still Jack City.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's 6'2".
6'2".
Eddie Hall's 6'2". I had no idea. I thought he was like 5
He's
something.
an interesting dude. Pudzianowski's
6'1". Yeah.
How old is Pudzianowski? God damn.
40 something?
I remember watching him on ESPN Ocho as a kid. Bro, I couldn't get enough of him.
48.
48.
He's my age.
313 pounds of all muscle. Just grade A beef. God. Dog.
Insanely
What'd that dick
jacked.
do? Good God. Boy's jacked. He's like the first strongman that actually looked strong, not just big. He's my favorite. His English was terrible on there. What else you got?
This was weird. So at some point during the Anthony Smith fight, he was pointing at, this is like near the end, he was pointing at someone in the crowd and giving him a middle finger.
It's so weird. He's had such a great career. He's accomplished so much. He's still one of the 1% of fighters who retire and actually have a gig. You know, most guys retire and you got BJ Penn shit. He has a gig. He's going to be fine. He's better than most. And he's fucking, it's your last fight and you're flipping off a fan.
It was bizarre. And then also, what's also bizarre is his opponent was trying to hold him. Like, it didn't make any sense. All the stuff did not make sense.
Yeah, the Chinese RoboCop was like, what are you doing?
So you see he's pointing here.
He's like, don't go over there, dude.
I have no idea if somebody in the crowd.
Oh, wow.
But they don't know if that's actually who he's pointing at.
Like, they don't know who. Like, what
I think it is. And that guy's like, whoa.
Yeah. That was, super bizarre.
But that's exactly what those guys look like. You can't give them time of day. That guy was so out of shape.
If that was, that's
him.
the guy that
guy's so out of shape.
Yeah.
And if Anthony went in the stands, my Lord, that guy would have for
his last retirement fight.
I would have loved that.
That would have been cool. All right, this is the last current event, and this is because Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero they're fighting this weekend as well.
Great fight.
Yeah, and then this is the trash talk, and it's just very odd.
I know you better than you know you at this point. I know everything about you, and you know that. And aside from that,
I don't know that.
Yeah, you do.
Why would I know? How?
I know
Makes no
everything
sense.
about you.
Do you?
I truly do.
That sounds like you're in love with me. Are you in love with me?
I'm not
That's
in love.
weird.
I'm not in love with you.
Bro,
I
that's
promise
weird.
You, I am. Tell you like this though, like if I
You're
did
weird,
go that
bro.
way,
I ain't gonna lie. You're
but
weird. That's weird, bro.
If I go that way, maybe. You're not my type, bro.
This getting weird.
You're not my type.
This
dude, I already know this. I know some.
Yeah, I got pretty.
This
I got pretty gay.
Very odd.
See, if I was going to go that way, I mean, yeah, you're a cute looking guy. I mean, what are you doing after this? I mean, you're not my type. You're like, whoa, dude, no diddy. Yeah, it always gets weird in a Ryan Garcia interview. I love that kid.
Yeah.
Let's go, Bo Nickal. Let's go, Bo. USA. Bo Nickal, RDR. Bo, if you don't mollywop him with your Penn State pedigree, I'm going to fucking slam my dick in a door.
Mm-hmm.
Hard. With an American flag wrapped around it.
Mm-hmm. I've seen you do it.
Yep. Cory Sandhagen's going to get it done. It's going to be a good night. If Bo Nickal dominates, Cory Sandhagen gets it done, your boy's going to be on cloud 9. Get it done, boys. Bo Nickal, parlay it with Cory Sandhagen with DraftKings. You're welcome. Enjoy the money. That's it. Is that the show, Chin?
That's it.
Great, grand, wonderful. May 1st, that's this Thursday. Drive Fast All Gas TRX Last Call Edition goes live. The merch is so fire. We've really learned our lesson and got some fire-ass merch, some quality merch, hats, hoodies. We got the Kibby Tech collab. We got the King Shocks collab. It's going to be fun, man. And all you got to do is buy a shirt, and you're automatically entered to win. So get you some. It kicks off May 1st. That's this Thursday. I can't wait. You're going to see a ton of me because we got a ton of ads, so I apologize. All right, kids. That's it. Love you guys. DriveFastAllGas.com. May 1st, this Thursday. You're welcome. Be nice to each other. Love you guys. See you next time. I'm out. Go Bo Nickal.